Okay, we are live. Let's go. Nerdsy, is you ready?
I'm ready.
Del Pesh, is you ready?
I don't know. I was ready this week, and then something floating around just kind of knocked me. But I'll be back. I'll be ready. I'll be ready by Monday. Not today though.
Well, here we go. We getting ready. All
Oh,
right.
okay.
In a world where the alphas are getting led by the betas, this
Mm.
is the vent. I'm your host, Jay Hunterville. We got the Nerdsy back in the building. We got
Hey.
Del Pesh in the building.
Yo, what's going on?
How are you
AKA,
guys doing?
I
Oh,
bring the crowd with me everywhere I go. Del
hey,
Jiro.
how you guys doing?
Good.
I
Just
can't.
adulting.
Oh, adulting.
Adulting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
I
I
don't know.
understand.
I don't know. I have a whole nose not working right now. That's my mood right now. I have a whole nose not working right now.
I think TikTok, I seen something on TikTok. You know, on TikTok, there's little gems on TikTok. I think the guy said you have to hold your nose, like hold your ear like this and like push this down
Ew.
and it'll clear your like nose hole, your nose
Nice.
airways. Don't do it now. Like YouTube it and look for it. But like there's like some tricks, apparently.
So, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Cause right,
Yeah.
cause right now, like yo, sound like a jazz DJ at an old record station. Just
Tap some soul.
yeah, like that gravelly voice. No COVID though. I don't want
Raspy.
people thinking that I don't got that vid. Better chill out with that. But yeah,
Something in the air.
something in there, man.
There's definitely something in the air. Is it the Mercury in the retrograde or something? Like, is that what's going on? Because I'm annoyed. I'm frustrated. I'll be real with y'all. Um,
Oh no.
a lot of things been happening. Like my alternator went out, so I'm like, oh, now I gotta get
Oh.
like I don't even know what that is, but
That's
it's bad. But I don't know. We're gonna get that fixed sometime this week, so I can get back to work. Then yeah, okay. Um, something came up to my attention, and wait, everybody's good. Everybody's good. You want to make sure everybody's okay. Everybody's good before I get into my
Dude,
little random vent because I just want to let this out.
speak your piece.
Okay, for all you guys that are like workers and working and doing your thing, guys, workers in a union, non-union, whatever job you guys have, know your rights, know what's supposed to be done, know all that stuff. Because there are people that will rob you blindly. There's people that will rob you in your face.
Yeah.
Like point blank period. Point blank period. There's no like upper ground about it. And the harsh reality is don't believe also when someone says, hey, this company is family, be very careful of that word. Because sometimes family and business don't mix. Sometimes it only works in nepotism. So just keep that in mind. That's one. That's two. Because there's people that I know that work for companies their whole life, like their whole life or whatever, been a loyal person to their company, hard working to their company, while the company is robbing them blindly or robbing them, manipulate them, saying that, oh, you shouldn't pay into a union or you shouldn't pay into this because, they don't care about you. There's no benefit in that.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And they're undercutting certain things or um also like not paying what they're supposed to be paying. So your tax return, you don't get nothing on your tax return, or A lot of certain things is happening. A lot of suspect things are happening on your pay stub. You know what I mean? And then when they're done with you, they'll just throw you to the dirt. They'll throw you to the dirt. A lot of times you're just a number. As much as they say you're a family, you're just a number at the same time. And they say it's business. But it's suspect business. Suspect business. And then they'll go on like they have a sense of entitlement to treat you a certain way because they'll disrespect you and all that stuff and think that's okay too.
Right.
I'm not for it. Sorry, I'm not for it. And then at the end of the day, after they take what they take from you, what you're supposed to earn, they do all that stuff. They take what they're supposed to earn from you. They disrespect you as a person, and then just throw you out to dry.
Easily. Like just
Easily, just like that. I'm not for it. I am not for it. I'm sorry. I'm not for it. I'm just saying for people that are in situations, if you're in companies that are scamming their way into the business or scamming the way into the infrastructure of certain things, and then sometimes you realize why they only stay in a certain area, they don't advance as a company because there's a lot more lights are on them if they do.
That's that was a good one.
Just keep be very wise when you're investing your time into certain companies, because
Doesn't
if you
matter.
know something is wrong and you're still there, you're gonna have to roll with that punch
Yeah.
and
It
take it
doesn't
if you're still there.
doesn't matter if it's like whether you are like contract based, union based, small company, big company. Like no. Any sector you can think of, stuff like this happens, right?
There's a lot of things going on here. There's a lot of tax fraud going on here, and that's not okay because you're only losing. You're only gonna lose in the end. I'm seeing it by experience. I'm seeing it now.
Yeah.
Like a lot of these companies, they say they care what's family, and they'll do all these little things when if they were only doing what they were supposed to do honestly the whole time and developing as a company, I'm not staying in one place because of whatever scam or manipulation they've been doing this whole time to get where they need to get, you would be okay. Or certain things would be okay. People will probably still be at your company. People will probably still be doing certain things. You probably would have grown in a certain way as a company, not just for your house.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna leave it at there. I'm up. It's up. I'm gonna say that it's up. It's up now. I'm not like I'm just saying because I know
I'm
you're
a,
gonna see. Like I'm gonna say this. You're gonna see this. So I'm looking you dead in your face. I know what you're doing. I know what you're doing, and I'm not for it. So do not insult my intelligence sending me stuff when you know what you're doing. You know what your family's doing. You know what your peoples are doing. I'm not no snitch man or whatever, but you're hurting a mentor of mine, and I'm not for it. So
right.
do not insult my intelligence. Thank you. This is the vent. I'm your host, Jay Hudeville. Let's get back to what we're doing. I just had to get that off my chest.
No, but
Yeah.
I mean that's really important because I think a lot of people don't realize the injustices that happen within businesses, even like big chain businesses where people are not given proper notices or proper health care. Human resources are not actually doing their job properly. Independent businesses, when they're small and just starting up, or as they say, startups, people don't have the education or background or know-how as to how to navigate with the actual like business itself. It's a learning process, it's a learning curve, but it doesn't mean that the humanity aspect of it should also be jeopardized because people lack all that other stuff. So
Yeah.
No, I get it.
I don't like it. You're manipulating people because they don't know any better.
Yeah, and that's
And
a big thing, because you know what? Just the other day, even my sister, they ended up changing a whole procedure because of this one individual who did not like her. That's it.
Oh,
Yeah. So it's like, that's a prime example of like bad business practice. It's like you are clearly discriminating against an individual because of a personal issue that you may have with them. Whatever the issue, I'm not gonna call them certain names, but just so happens to be that they are of a certain background and ethnicity, and for them to have the power to go about changing procedures because of one-on-one interaction with my sibling. It's like,
oh,
okay, yeah, bad business, bad.
Well,
I was gonna have a theory of mine when where I'm currently at.
Hmm.
Why do I get the feeling that this is like past the store level or whatever? I get the feeling that someone would, I think they're like manipulating the store to move a certain way that drives customers away so that they can blame somebody at the store level to get rid of them. So I feel like that's happening on one level, and I also feel on another level, like, because this area is in a prime area, I feel like eventually it's going to turn into a condo. Like, I feel like the whole parking lot is going to get lifted eventually.
so there's a different scale, there's a different reasoning for things happening a
Oh,
certain way.
why?
That's what I'm
Yeah.
saying, yeah. Because, like, none of this, the business decisions right now don't make sense. They were told, I'm trying to, I'm trying to be lyrical. Hold on. So they were told that they were joint with the U.S., right? And they were
Mhm.
told this year that, you know what, we're going to see what you guys are going to do. So you're going to break off, quote unquote, with the parent company in the States, and we just want to see how you guys do performance and sales and stuff like that. So immediately in my mind, I'm like, why does that sound like a trap? Like almost like you're being pushed into the fire type of thing. So if this project does fail, they can justify be like, well, you can sell off the stores, we get our cut because us in the States we're now separate to you guys.
Mhm.
And you can do whatever we want with the stores here in the other part of the land, like we're right. Because I think a business dealing happened, and it didn't like the news reported it one way, but everyone's really starting to realize that this was the other way around, and how that company was doing business. They were struggling before,
Hey, you never know.
so
You
so
never
don't,
know.
so people feel like they absorb their debt, and you'll see it where you'll be walking to my spot and you look around and be like, "Where's the people? Why is there strange traffic here? Why is there more employees than customers? Why is there more customers and way less employees? What's going on here?" You're getting answers like, "Oh, it's just the season," or "Oh, it's just this," and it's just like, yo, I don't. I think I have to prepare a parachute soon and get out of there because like I don't want to wake up one morning and be like, "Why is the sign changed? Who's this company though? Why is the
Right.
lights off? What happened
Yeah.
to the?" You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No, I get it. Like, but for me, hey, I hope you're still there and you see my face and I'm looking at you, whoever you know who you are. For me, it's not like I understand business and business in certain aspects, but when you're taking people's kindness for weakness, taking people's intelligence away from them, telling people, hey, school's not the this or the union's not that, and then you're robbing them blindly. And you know some people are gonna stay because hey, that's all they got,
So yeah,
or they need to feed their family while you are subconsciously robbing them like you're robbing the same family you're saying that you're helping them feed.
yeah.
I mean, that's definitely the whole aim of like taking advantage of people's desperation and need, for sure.
I
Right.
remember I remember made a comment before. We didn't get it. We didn't get deep into it, but I'm like, in terms of desperation, it's like, why are all the cash? I said, why are all the cash money places all in certain neighborhoods, and they're pretty
Yeah.
much never in others,
Yeah.
right? Or why is it like everyone's been to an MLM meeting, right? I never seen anybody white in there unless they were teaching the class. If they were teaching the class is one thing. But when you're sitting in the chair receiving this goofy lesson, I look to my left, I look to my right, I'm like, why is it all black, Asian, brown? Like, what's going on there? Like, it's stuff like that you add up and you're like, okay.
Sometimes you gotta look at it and you see certain things. Have you ever seen a cash money next to a Starbucks?
If
Yeah.
if a Starbucks could survive in the city, because they're closing too. I don't know what's going on at Starbucks in the city. There's three at my college campus and they're all gone. All of them. And it's
Maybe
sitting on lease. Like,
by the campus, maybe people because they're not going to college as much anymore.
no,
Maybe there's a new.
it could be that. They've been closed since like 2010, bro.
Mm.
They've been and nothing and Z and J, I'm telling you, nothing occupied that building. Nothing new. Not a bubble tea place. Not a jerk chicken place. Not a pizza. Nothing. It's just an empty lot, just
Sitting
sitting.
there. Maybe it's a what is it called? Not one that's owned by the actual company. It's one where somebody had taken it. Oh my gosh, what is this thing called? But they bought into the actual branding, but
Mhm.
they own the store, so that could be what it is.
But James got a point though. Like you don't see, yeah, a cash for banking at a Starbucks like
Gotcha.
in the same area. I
Yeah,
can't say I've ever
no,
seen that.
I don't think so.
See,
I don't know.
it makes you wonder.
But that's because it goes back to that goes back to economics. And if you don't know your
Right.
economics, you don't know like why urban planners and urban plotters put certain things in certain places and why they do certain things. Like prime example, same example as what James is saying, is that they will put the money marks in.
That's the name I was thinking of. Money Mart, yeah.
Yeah, they would put the money marks in like neighborhoods where it's considered low socioeconomics, you know, majority of immigrations or immigrants. What else? Less white people, especially here in Canada, less white people, right? Anything that's serving more multiculturalism, that is where you're gonna see the money marks because less actual businesses or commercial businesses too. They'll put the money marks as well because this neighborhood can't afford to have that.
Yeah. 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 It's just
that manipulation, man. It's just
there's a lot of manipulation thing going on. Like
On
that's
all
the thing.
fronts.
All fronts. Like even like allegedly the BLM stuff I've heard so far, but I'm not gonna go into that.
Ooh. We should touch on it because we touched on it before.
I just want to make sure I have the right information. I've heard stuff, and the way I've heard it, and to sum it up, I've heard it's like, oh yeah, Black Lives Matter, Black business, let's support Black business, Black business. Me, I'm the business. I'm the person that's doing all this. So I'm gonna buy myself a house. I'm gonna buy myself another house that my wife can stay. That's the same size as a campus and whatever. But hey, it's all alleged. I don't know how it really goes.
As a campus.
No, because it's all alleged, right? We were
Dang,
talking
they
before.
they couldn't give that money to Mr. Umar.
Yo,
or the communities or to the people that you said you were gonna help out. The people, the court cases, the judge cases, whatever you guys had in your initial agenda, if your agenda is actually for the Black folk, how much? 9 million, whatever
that they raised
that they could have put into, some good programs for the kids and breakfast clubs in certain communities. I know
There must
9 million could do a lot for a lot of people
You know what I'm
in
saying?
there has
black
to be a reason,
households.
though. Like,
I mean, I
why
mean, I mean,
not be used that way?
I mean, greed. I mean,
Allegedly.
that's
I
I'm
think
skeptical. Anything with like donations are very skeptical. I'm just like, yo,
But they
where's
would
this
get a
going?
write-off, especially if it's a business.
and that's the thing. A lot of people think the write-offs is okay. And for me, like sometimes I want to look at how much money actually really goes to what it's supposed to go to, or what it goes to what they call like administrative, like
Ooh,
you know what I
like,
mean, like the managing, or like, you know what I mean, because I understand people gotta get paid.
Mm-hmm.
I understand certain things, but like
because last time we
a lot
talked
of
about it, it was
things I feel like, man, we put in a lot of money for like certain things, and I don't think it's going in. Like for example, World Vision, they ask for $1 a day, and they'll feed a child, and da 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 da. Then I know of one nonprofit thing. You pay only $50, I think 50 or $40, and it feeds that same child for the whole year.
oh wow,
So it's like something is off here. The
Mm-hmm.
scales are off somewhere,
Mm-hmm.
which is something all right.
Mm-hmm.
Something all right. But hey, it's just, I guess it's just business.
It's bad, I don't know, bad business, right
I
business. I don't
guess
know.
I guess for some people it's good business to rob from the poor, huh? I mean, but hey,
Sadly, it's profitable.
it's unfortunately,
Sadly, it is
yeah,
profitable. I mean,
rob people and then interest and all that stuff. But man, oh, oh, I
It's
don't want to get there.
better. Yeah.
Oh, I don't want to get there. But anyway, um, on a lighter note, well, sort of,
it's short.
Will Smith has been banned for the Oscars allegedly for 10 years.
That's
That-
wild.
that's a diamond record. 10 million
Wild.
units.
Well,
10
10
decade.
years.
years
That's a
for
decade,
a
right?
staff?
A whole decade. That's great. A whole decade.
To be honest with you, I don't care. I don't watch the Oscar. Like, if there's anything about the Oscars I watched, was this that just happened.
It was good ratings. I haven't seen ratings like that since what? Since like mid 2000s, you see?
But I mean, Chris Rock. Yeah, Chris Rock said that.
It was good ratings.
Foreshadowing.
Good ratings. You know what? I feel like, you know what, Will Smith should have just went to the Oscars next year just cause. Break the glass like Stone Cold Steve Austin, just walk in.
Yo.
Because let me tell you something. If Will Smith says, hey, I'm going to the Oscars, regardless.
Oh, wait.
That would be interesting.
Let's not get ahead of ourselves.
Mhm.
What if it's he can't come to the Oscars, as in he can't actually be there physically? But you know, since we've definitely updated our technology, he can be there online to receive whatever it is.
Ah,
That could be
Will's acceptance speech provided by Zoom.
not a Zoom call. That's crazy.
Sorry.
What is it?
No, eh? What was I don't even know what it's called. That all I know of those virtual speeches, all those places are gonna look for a check. Google's gonna look for that check. Zoom's gonna look for that check. Any like service that does telecommunications via online, they're gonna try to buy into that Oscar. But
That might be it though.
yeah, hey, anything to get the bag. So like, you know, when you think about it, that slap was a stimulus package. If you really think about it, the slap,
For who?
Oscars winning on views, Chris Rock, his whole tour is on sale. We're just waiting for a red table talk. That's gonna break the bank. That is gonna break the bank. They'll probably break the bank by inviting Chris Rock to the red table talk. They probably said, you know what? We're not even gonna do it on Facebook. We're doing it on our own platform.
Dang.
That'd be a good.
No, they can't afford it yet. But
Listen,
They ain't
they'll
no
make that up. They will
They ain't
make
no
that up. Chris Rock already said, I am not saying anything until I get paid, unless I get paid.
Just Netflix. There's Red Table Talk.
Whatever he wants to talk, that means he's getting money to talk about the situation, you know.
I'm gonna put another documentary together.
The slap. The
The
slap.
slap. And then August Alsina's out trying to get a check.
Oh,
He has a book coming out.
August.
Jada's positions and what she likes about, you know what I mean? The whole entanglement's gonna come out maybe in August.
He said specific positions that she likes. That is
It's
sold in
me.
the follow the lyrics again. Hold
This man needs to get over his hurt. Okay.
He put it in a book that will be distributed, which you pay for money for, to learn about what Jada's favorite positions are.
Yo, I'm telling you. Yo, the conversation we had before the live, I'm telling you, this Jada, I get her. Unfortunately, I do understand her.
Isn't the whole theory that, you know, some ladies just like the bad boys?
No, Jada is she is Medusa, and I say that with good intention.
No, that's what I'm saying. Master manipulator.
She is Medusa.
My mind went to the gutter, like it went turning things to stone. I'm sorry. Continue what you're saying. I am totally sorry. Forgive me, guys.
But no, like in the sense of like, okay, Medusa is still at the end of the day a god or a goddess, right? Jada, I feel like she has that type of energy as well. She's a goddess. So August, they're crying and like literally putting out things to try and clout chase off of a situation that happened. It's kind of like, yo, this man is still like grieving over the fact that she broke up with him.
He tried to make her leave Will Smith. And
she's like, nah.
Yeah, which I don't understand, because they were trying to help him, apparently. They were trying to help him, and then that man said, I want you.
See, which goes back to that conversation beforehand.
Should you help people like that, I guess? The
options, it's the bad scales. Boy, but can't do, or the good guy, but maybe boring.
Well, that's the issue. Y'all ladies gotta figure that out. I will not speak on those situations. What I can speak about is every time I hear like this, like the more I hear about the situation, the more I think about, man, like the issues that we put ourselves in as like for example, like they didn't have to be this transparent for the world to come and slander them.
What do you mean?
The money is right. The money is right, but look how everything is just bottoming out. Like Jada looks like this villain to everybody. Some people, Jada's like a god, like you said. Will Smith is looking like a villain. Then at the same time, he's looking like a gal clown. You know what I mean? And then it's like you're seeing him say it was an entanglement, and you see the red in his eyes.
Which was crazy for those.
And I don't think people had sympathy as you think they would for that type of pain. But at the same time, I remember when Will Smith, I said, I'll get you back. I don't know what that means.
The same episode, yeah. So I'll get you back.
So I wonder, like, you know what I mean? So it's one of those things that's like, we don't really know their relationship like that. We had the whole thing with, what is it, Willow writing a letter to Tupac, a man she never met. I don't know if that's even, I think that's alleged.
I said alleged, but
even that is wild.
You would think you would shut a rumor like that down like instantly. Like the minute it hits the internet, you're just like, no, that's not my daughter.
Let it simmer like crock pot. Like let it sit.
Let it simmer though.
Let it sit a little bit. The whole Jada thing now. What is it? Yesterday I see something about Jada said she didn't want to get married to the man. First it was Jada didn't want him to go smack the man.
Mm-hmm.
And then it becomes Jada didn't want to get married to the man
Mm-hmm.
based
Wait, to
off
be
footage that was in 2019. Her
to
talking
be
about getting married and balling and all. I'm sitting there.
to be fair with that one, I think I was reading that. It was I think her mother forced them to like have a ceremony and have people, but according to her, she just wanted him. No, she just wanted her and Will to be on a mountain where it's just them two on a more on some spiritual like no like if we're getting married, this is gonna be us. We're gonna have our own ceremony.
Me,
But I
you,
get,
and the world.
but I think what I read, she didn't like how the mother like controlled everything and be like, oh, you gotta be married at this church. I'm inviting your uncle. I'm inviting your grandfather. She didn't like that aspect. But,
So
and I
that
think
just says it's out of context.
it
Like,
was out of context, yeah. Because
Okay.
she was pregnant with Jada at the time too. So
So she did want to get married.
in her
in the
way,
way she wanted to do,
in the way she wanted
she
to, yeah.
wanted to
But
get married.
do you guys just see how they would just drop this in right now? Like this is
Yeah, I
getting
mean,
dropped in now in the mix of all this buffoonery.
But who's dropping it though? It's the internet. It's not the Smiths.
It's the internet, of course, but like,
Exactly.
but these are the guys that are feeding them. You know what I mean? I feel like sometimes I feel like they lean into the sitting. You know, I feel like these guys lean into it. You know what I mean? Just lean into entanglements.
But I mean, what would you do if people were running your name and talking about you like falsely? Wouldn't you, after a while, you just be like, "Yo, that's not what I said." And
State
as
what you say.
that's what I'm saying. But as candidly as they say it, with their heart being as pure as it is, the internet still be chopping up, what's it called? Chop and screw with everything they say and putting everything out of context. So it's like either which way, they seem to be damned either which way, whether they defend themselves or whether they play into it. So it's like they can't get a rest. They can't catch a break. Okay, they can't.
I mean,
I don't feel like this situation would happen to some celebrities because they don't. This does not come out the way it does. Like this, like man.
But I think that's the reason why they get picked on, because they are the people that they are.
But at the same time, they're eating because of it, right? They're eating because of this. That red table talk is going to the billions. The whole world is going to hear what these people want to say.
Yeah,
and I want to see.
But out of all the Black couples that are of their level of Hollywood, I guess, tier, I don't know if they're like A-list, B-list, whatever.
They're probably A as
A,
a couple,
yeah. Of all of them, how many do you know, Black, A-list, who are producing shows, web series of their magnitude?
Not much.
Not much.
Not much. I'll give it to you. Not much.
Exactly. I think that's what it is. They're just trying to get them out. It's like you guys are not directors. You're not filmmakers. You guys are not that. You guys are actors trying to have a web series. How dare you?
Because there's people that have like reality shows. Like I'm trying to think of one like Gene Simmons or like the Osbournes, but they're not on that A level. They're not on that level.
So you're saying it's one of those things that it could be just a conspiracy, like a whole sense of, hey, you're trying to get into the mainstream and you're not using us to be a part of that mainstream, so we don't get a cut. Therefore, we're gonna do some things.
That's
so it's kind of like celebrities with podcasts, or
like Nicki
T.I. trying to be a comedian and it's just going downhill. Like
yes, quick side. Yeah, T.I.
T.I.'s doing a lot.
He's not getting it. He'll get it soon though, because what he's doing is like it's not even what he's doing. That's what the venues are doing. So they see the name and they see the bigger draw. So if you have a big name and a big draw, when that person
doesn't mean it's good.
Building, that doesn't mean it's good. But like
right, but these guys are actually good. Like Jada's Red Circle is really good.
But regarding T.I., like yes, you have the name and the draw, and yes, it fills seats. Because that's what the venue's thinking about. They're thinking, I got to pay rent, I got to sell these drinks. But what's happening is like, So the comedians that like are good with the art. It's like backpacker versus mainstream. But like
Mm-hmm.
what happens is Ti would skip people, and he'll get a
Mm-hmm.
30 minute, he'll get a 45 minute,
Just
and
cause. Yeah.
he recently got booed in NYG Brooklyn. People in the Brooklyn crowd were booing and boo loud boos,
And you know they don't play that. They don't play.
but yet it's like certain venues and managers I guess they're still letting him like skip the line.
Mm.
So there's a lot of people look at him like
Is yeah.
Because of
like
the name. Because
because
of
of
the
the name,
name.
right?
Like certain biopics, people believe it's super terrible, but people watch it because of the name.
Mm.
They hate watch because it's the name.
That is yeah. I don't know. I will say this though. Now that you brought that up,
Mm.
after the Smiths finish with like Red Table Talk and everything, there'll be another couple doing it, and another couple, and
Oh, this
another
is gonna be a
couple,
new thing.
and
This
another
is gonna
couple.
be it. Listen,
That's a new
I
wave. Like
I see certain trends that are about to kick off, and it's gonna be crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Like Will Smith kicked this off. You know what I saw? I saw Cardi B on a drill beat just a while ago,
oh,
and it was the what's that called? The song "Shake It" with K Flock, um, whatever, and she was going up. It was the belly dancer drill beat. You ever heard that belly dancer drill beat? The hey man, man, touch that ground.
Mm.
That was I got go dancer, and again sturdy. She is
mm.
on the remix.
Mm.
Oh, okay.
When that kicks off, you're going. I know people are on drill music now, but New York drill and summer's coming.
That's
A lot of artists. Remember, there's a lot of things New York. When New York hits the summer, they have something. They always have something.
Mm.
From
in terms of
Hot
music, yeah.
Nigga, Young Ma, Pop Smoke. There's always something coming out of New York in the summertime. So the way I see it is just like little by little, there's gonna be some trends that are gonna come. They're gonna kick in, and how long this whole transparency relationship? Oh, we do all these things, entanglement. I don't think entanglements will ever be okay. You
Oh
know what I
wait,
mean?
oh yeah, but not black though. I remember because the first thing that came to my head was Kardashian, but Kardashian is more episode TV produced. It's not really like
Yeah, that's the thing. You can't tell if this is real. That's even real.
that's
Like, you know what I
that.
mean?
Yeah.
The Will Smith thing, it's like you can only say it's real because it's like I thought they were the best relationship ever until you find all this and you're like, oh, and you're sitting at the table and Will Smith's eyes are red and
But
he's
I mean,
not
the man
tired.
has a book also about their relationship. No one's talking about that.
Yeah,
They're
he
only
does.
they're only throwing fire at Jada. See, and that's the thing.
But that's the thing.
This
I'm throwing fire at both.
this
I'm
is
throwing
the
fire
thing.
at both.
But that's to tell you
That's fire,
how
Will.
media really plays on breaking down the black woman. That is really a thing, man. Because Will talking about it, it's just the thing is they like to hide things in books. Because who's reading?
Wow.
Okay. All right.
Wow. She just basically saying the journals don't read. That's great.
I'll say this. I feel like they're breaking down both of us in just different ways. Like, I feel like they're breaking Jada in the sense of, oh, black women are evil or whatever. And then
Too
they're
strong.
they're going out well, like saying black men are weak and like he's weak, but then they had an open relationship and he's like, well, he's not weak. It's like he's weak, but then he's like, how would you put it? But he's like jealous at the same time.
Yeah,
So it's
like how
like,
does that make sense?
I
so
told
it's
you
like a
guys.
weird
You
mix.
see what I'm
But
saying?
then
I told you guys. I
Jada's
think
the same.
I tell you guys every year. I think sometimes I may have mentioned it. How our images is they put us on both extremes at all times.
All
We could be the
time.
most homophobic and the most accepting at the same time.
Yeah.
So Will's case is he's he's not a Juliet. That was super disrespectful. He's a Romeo that's too just in the
Juliet.
fog. But
Oh,
yeah, I was gonna say Juliet, but I'm like nah. he's more like a Romeo that's two in the fog.
With his
Mhm.
Jocelyn. Yes,
But at the same time, they're giving him 10 years because of a violent assault slap. You see how the words are saying?
Mm-hmm.
So like
Mm-hmm.
they're treating him like he's just some big Najiro. Like, he's out of control. Like
Dude, he's
Mm-hmm.
gonna slap everybody.
he slap
Mm-hmm.
everybody, but he's
Mm-hmm.
a simp at the same time. How does that work?
Yes.
Oh, Jada's just an evil. She's a master manipulator. Da, da, da. Oh, but
But
she's
she
just
needs to be saved by
but she needs to
Will.
be saved by Will. How does that work? Like,
But you know
excuse
what?
me?
Depending on the people, they co-sign and lean on their whatever they want to lean on. They lean on their whatever they want to lean on.
That's the
That's
thing.
that's what I'm saying. That kind of tells you the basis of those people too, whoever is saying whatever they're projecting, right? Like, like as we were saying, like, okay, who wouldn't? That's what I'm saying. Like, if you're going back to that whole concept, who wouldn't be upset at the fact that their partner stepped out of a relationship because y'all relationship wasn't prospering or moving or whatever? I think a lot of people would look at that and like internalize that pain and be so hurt at the fact that they thought that they were everything to their partner and their partner's just not in a state that's like mutually compatible with them. I think a lot of people would feel the way that Will was feeling. But of course, men are not allowed to cry. Men are not allowed to feel soft. Men are not allowed to show their feelings altogether. And then on top of it, add the icing to it, Black men should not be able to share or showcase or express, or they can't even like the inkling of softness is not allowed.
They're not allowed to. They're not allowed to cry, but they're
Right?
allowed to go box a man, even though they're not allowed to go box a man.
That's more words and more okay. Go box the next man, or just talk to the mandem and don't even share it. And even when you talk to mandem, just sit down in a room and that's it. Versus to actually just be transparent about your emotions and you know what? Actually be okay with being self-aware of your emotional state.
Certain things about the funny thing about emotion, like us, like as POCs or whatever you want to call it, I don't feel like we ever took the time to learn how to express how we truly feel. I don't think that's ever been taught to us. I think it's like, well, there's therapy and all these other things, but to actually like
express it growing up,
express what you're saying and actually have a conversation about it. Like before that makes it deem like you're soft or something, more like something is wrong for you for even expressing how you feel. Or if you express how you feel, it's like you shouldn't be allowed to, on both parties, men and women.
Yeah,
for some people, it's like they weren't taught that, growing up, right?
Or it's like you're shamed to not engage in that,
Yeah.
And it gets to a point that like for the longest time, some people just don't know how. Like for the longest time, I didn't know how to express myself or express how I feel. They'd be like, yo, what's the matter? I'd be like, you're like a kindergartner, like trying to explain something like, see, we went to the store and come on, let it out. I'm like, I'm trying. It's like, like you did this. It's like, what? Okay. And is this glory to your it's like you did something. You did something. And it's not like you're gonna say it's like you don't understand. It's like, man, forget about it, man. It's like, no, come back. Come on, tell me how you feel. It's like you said you called me a punk, yo. You called me this or da da da. It's like, okay, and it's like
and
it's like you hurt me.
and that's the thing. It's just it doesn't even get there. Yeah. But at the same time, I should be expecting you to know that because hey, if it was the other side around, maybe she's able to say, hey, you did this. And the man's automatically like, oh yeah, I did that, it hurts. You know what I mean? Or sometimes even harder because, sometimes, same example I had last week, girl will be upset and they don't say nothing. Men or women, they do it. What's wrong? I'm fine. You're not fine. I'm fine. You want something? I am not hungry. You gotta be hungry. I am not. Are you okay? Yeah, I'm fine. Are you mad? I'm not mad. Or did you do something to make me mad? I don't know. Did I?
Wait,
You don't know what you did? I'll
here
let
we
you
go.
figure that out. So you should know.
But even in that example, that's crazy that you actually made that example or you shared that, because that was actually one of the biggest things that Jada was talking about. I really just feel like the reason why they get the heck that they get is because they are the example of like
dysfunction.
No, of actual emotional acceptance within Black people.
Oh.
I think that's the reason why they get shitted on the way that they get, because they are expressing, they are being the example, and they are showing how it is to feel and verbalize your feelings and to be okay with saying, I didn't like that and I felt like this. And, the assumption is this. Like,
I remember when Jada in the entanglement thing, she's like, I don't know, I just wanted to feel something.
Right?
And then I'm just like, oh, whoa, oh,
right?
Not hot.
But the thing is, we never got upset when Aisha said the same thing.
When did she say it? What did she say? What did she say?
Aisha Curry?
What did she say?
Oh, when Aisha turned around, yeah, Kadeem knows.
I don't remember. What did Aisha say? Because I don't pay attention to
when Aisha turned around and she was like, I just wanted to be like flaunted for. She wanted to feel sexy. She wanted to feel like she was being chased. She wanted to.
Oh, yes.
Nobody was
after.
Right?
Okay.
Right? You see what I'm saying? So it's like no one was giving any like big issue, but Aisha said the exact same thing as like what Jada said.
Well,
I believe that alone. That's an issue that I don't want.
Exact same thing.
I'm gonna leave it alone. I
was flipping.
The only difference is that Jada went and stepped out with somebody, and Aisha is still yearning for that attention.
I mean, we don't know what goes down in Hollywood, so.
But to be fair though, like if it was reversed and Stephen Curry said, I just like to feel desired by women. I don't know if the same.
That will not be.
Feel desired.
They will burn him by the stake. And he light skin, they want him to burn slow. You know how some people hate people. They hate certain people based off their skin tone and stuff.
We already know the precedent on that one.
Yeah, people will do the most.
Guy said, you know what? He's like, girls are under my DM. I just want to feel, I don't know if it's me, but I just want to feel sexy sometimes, guys?
But if he said that, honestly, if Steph Curry said that, I think a lot of people would turn around and start throwing simp at him then at that point. Because they would be like, how are you a basketball player and no women are in your DMs trying to shout out or even try to attempt to sleep with you? What is happening?
I mean, if you really think about it, hold on, you can't say that.
I said almost.
He's a good guy. He doesn't curse on the field. He doesn't show no aggression. He just shoots his shots and run away.
That's what I mean.
You know what I mean?
People would look at him and look at him sideways, be like, how is this? I don't know what records he's actually like done, but like whatever his actual accolades are, it's like, how is this basketball player who is known for all these things turning around to say, I wish women would shoot their shot at me more in my DMs?
That's like saying, well, how come these rich people or the highly successful people can't find a woman? Just because they have the accolades, it doesn't mean that's what people desire. or that makes the person feel whatever they want to feel. I mean,
But see, you fell for the trap though, because no,
the
well,
trap.
no,
No.
like because these examples, the people will say he's like, oh, this guy's a lame. Like, what do you mean you can't attract women? But it's like, yeah, a lot of people would fall for that trap, but they wouldn't respect what he's saying, like
Mm-hmm.
the way Aisha's statement was.
Mm-hmm.
Because a lot of women going, yeah, she feels sexy sometimes. I'm not I'm not I'm not entertaining it,
Mm-hmm.
but she's every once in a while I want to see a blue check person in a DM just like, hey, nice bikini or whatever. She'd be like,
Right? She
oh.
wants to be given attention, admired. Yeah.
But it was interesting
I,
that he said if Stefan had the reverse and women were doing that, or no, or women were not doing that, like how Aisha was saying it,
Mm-hmm.
the general public would be like, well, what's wrong with this guy? He's lame.
Mm-hmm.
But that's the manipulation part. That's
Mm-hmm.
the I don't know. That's like
But the
it's
other
like
reason why in that dynamic it wouldn't happen because it's like these guys tend to have wives who are all for them.
you think so? Well, I don't know.
How many of what's the divorce rate for basketball players?
Oh, that's actually a good Google search. Hold on, let me look that up.
I don't know about that still. I wouldn't know. I
Hold
wouldn't
on, let me
know.
look that up. Divorce rate
Right for
for basketball players.
professional basketball players.
I,
think
I
it's
would
very
I would say the marriage rate because I don't think every basketball player wants to get married to
Ooh.
like split their earnings or whatever.
So according to New York Post, pro athletes, former NBA player O'Donnell Foyle wrote a book about pro athletes' unhealthy finances.
he's Vinci, eh?
Of O'Donnell Foyle?
How?
Oh,
Because last name?
No, he's actually
Oh,
Vincent. Like
oh,
what?
whoops,
but
whoops.
they're quoting him, but he said a statistic that NBA players have an 87% divorce rate. Whoa, yo, that's damn that high.
That's
Okay,
hot.
it's not verified, but like
It could be for various reasons, though. We like
87%.
we don't know. It could be for various reasons. It could be for various reasons.
You're thinking, hold on,
We
Tim
don't. We
Duncan,
don't.
Chris Bosh, hold on,
87.
Shaquille O'Neal, uh, Allen Iverson. Like it's when you start naming players, you're just like Michael Jordan. That's like the most famous one.
Yeah, it could be for
Now,
various reasons.
now I got a question: who initiated it?
That's
another one. But anyways, back to what we were saying about Jada and Will. The extremes. There's a lot of things about that. The extremes, as like Katie was talking about, how the media or the internet, really the internet, be just doing the most. The ideologies and just the fact that these guys are just being open and honest about their feelings.
I think they just have a red table talk with a therapist. Make therapy cool. Make therapy cool.
But isn't that
Make
what
therapy
we're
cool.
gonna do?
They're not like a licensed therapist, like an actual, not no Isla Van Zandt or Dr. Phil type first, like a legit. Actual, well, I don't know if Isla Van Zandt is a real therapist. I believe she is. I don't want her to, come for me. But
you have a list of
like
people
a licensed therapist and have them speak to each other with the session. You know what I mean?
What would the therapist be saying? I mean, they already said that they had marriage counseling and therapy.
I think they said I don't know, man. I don't know, yo. I don't know because, man, I feel like Hollywood is just a weird place. It's an interesting place of how they process things, bro. It's just, it's just a weird lifestyle. So, and I don't know how they figure that out.
This is my theory. I think most of those couples, like, I think they're all considered like business marriages, and it's only just for
like powerhouse contracts type thing.
power
They
couple.
look good together.
Yeah, so you sell magazines, advertisements, like stuff like that. I think some
Mhm.
people obviously fall for each other, but I think most of those marriages are just like it's just business.
Mhm.
That's just really it.
You know when
Exactly.
you know when I feel like people fall for each other when they kind of just step away from Hollywood in a sense. They just and then when you see them, they just look casual. They eat like tacos and stuff. And you're like, look at them just being
Yeah,
casual. When you see a
you know,
casual, I feel like what people are truly in love when they're like in a casual setting.
and they're just
You see
relaxing,
them in
just
you see them in casual settings. I may be wrong because you're seeing like the comfortable side. This girl's not wearing makeup, and he's not wearing makeup, and they're just going to get fast food or something. You know what I mean? Just the normalized things that you know what I mean.
Mhm.
If you're doing the most to like look super good out in Hollywood and all that stuff, you probably don't have the best relationship at home.
that's the world of Instagram.
Or that's just
What you see scrolling is not what
right.
it's just an image, a
But that's
snapshot
their
of.
job. Like that doesn't necessarily say that they don't have a great relationship. That's just their job.
So I don't want to be shady.
Oh, here
I
we
don't want
go.
to I don't want to be the grass, but when you say that's their job, imagine the people that have been doing all that for the gram and they're not getting paid for it. Break glass.
Yo,
I'm joking. I'm joking. The
oh,
people that be capping their whole life on the internet just to not get paid for the sake of them doing it.
yeah, that's
But listen, in that business, you got to be giving up hours for free before you actually get a break, unfortunately.
yikes.
Yeah, yeah.
Volunteer?
Unfortunately, that is that industry.
Quick side rant. I can't believe Canada. Remember we had an Olympic thing happen? I think it was around 2016 or something like that.
Mm.
Mhm.
You know they had the balls to ask people to volunteer to set up a whole Olympic event. I'm talking about
Yeah,
Mhm.
tracks. I'm talking
yeah,
about
That's
yeah,
TikTok too.
yeah. Of course.
volunteer.
Of course.
Yeah.
If they can get free people that just want to go there
To
for the
do free
opportunity,
labor.
They're gonna
Yeah.
capitalize on that. They're
And
gonna
Mhm.
capitalize on it.
they sold it as like, oh, this is a moment in your life. Like you could share this with anybody. You work for us, even though it's
What
free.
you hold
But
on. You think community service hours is all about for the community? Huh.
hey man,
Yeah.
I just did to get my hours and get out. But I end up liking a
Yeah.
certain community.
40
Like
hour a week. That's 1 week that they don't have to pay someone.
Hmm.
So imagine all the kids that
that's
I wonder if they're still doing community service hours right now.
that's probably
I
gone.
wonder if they're still doing it. And why you
They
think that is?
Yes, they still do it.
Oh,
they
okay.
still do it.
Yes,
Okay.
they still do it. You
I
have
thought
to
they
do it.
I thought they got rid of that. Like
No,
No, I
community
just want
service is still there.
a 40-hour work week. A 40-hour work week.
Because you know what? You have to learn that some parts in this world you do not get paid for. That's just what it is.
Yeah.
If you went on it from the idea that you had to get paid for every action that you do, you might be a very broke person.
Yeah. Yeah.
no, I don't agree with F that. I don't agree with that at all. No.
I think I
No.
think sometimes you might not get paid in currency, you might get paid in experience.
Exactly.
Man, pay me in experience and currency. What are you talking?
Not
Fucking done.
not everybody
Oh,
gets that opportunity. That's why you have, you know what I mean?
Talking to
Look at
Money Green now down the Gerald. You paid
imagine
me.
like interns,
Like yo, like
a lot of interns don't get paid though. You know what I mean? And
that's
what
foul.
they learn, they capitalize and they make something for themselves,
Yeah.
or they get hired to make something for the same company that didn't want to pay them,
Or the
or
database.
something. You know what I mean?
Yeah, access to people, access to clients, access to
Right.
opportunities, access to maybe paid expenses, access.
Man, F all that.
Sometimes you just gotta
Pay
pay
the
to.
people.
Not sometimes you gotta pay to play, but it doesn't work in all situations.
Yeah.
But it doesn't
Sometimes
mean. But
it's
at the
just
same
not
time,
necessary. Could be time, could be energy, could be labor. Yeah.
mhm.
My dad said this before. You know, this is with Canada and the States. The States will pay you for any, like, yeah, if anyone has an opportunity, like we were talking in the earlier pod, they'll not pay you. If people can really get around not paying you, they will. But for the
Yeah.
most part, yeah. But like
Okay.
you notice with the States, they pay you for like. But up here,
Everything.
when I brought up that example, nah, Canada they throw volunteer first.
Yeah,
Like
because
like
people up here are cheap. The money don't move. You know what?
it's yo, that's a whole nother event for another day. That's where my example came from. That's why I'm like, nah, you gotta pay me for experience and time. F that.
Just that's just another added tad like tidbit to what was said earlier in
For
James
free.
like vent. That's the whole
Free.
thing. The mismanagement, the fact that people think that they could just take from you and tell you a nice little soliloquy or stories or throw lyrics at you and then say, oh, we're helping you. Oh, we're going to provide you all this just to come back and
Just keep in mind, not everybody is family. I see. Look how everything just went full circle.
Seriously, that's the moral of today's pod. Like, not everyone's family, man.
Not
Not
everyone's gonna
everybody
pay you.
is family.
Not everyone's gonna pay you fairly. You gotta like fight. You gotta
Not
fight for every
everybody's
nickel
gonna
and
pay you
dime.
fairly. Not everybody's gonna treat you fairly. Not everybody's gonna be loyal to you and humble and modest fairly. They might be the same ones that might want to slap you.
And choose your side partners carefully. Don't have them publishing books describing each and every sex act. That's crazy.
And making a track.
and making
Making a
track
track with Rick Ross.
with Rick Ross. You're supposed to be a shadow. You're supposed to be. It's not side person work. You're supposed to be a mystery. You're supposed
But
to be
you
a
know what?
folklore. You're supposed to be a legend.
Honestly,
Play. Hey Alexa, play Cranium Gal Policy.
honestly, I was gonna
What
say,
track is that?
honestly, when it comes to like, I guess we're talking about August, right? When it comes to like those
Yeah,
type
yeah.
of relationships, you know what? I think women have a hard time dealing with men or like men who are the side guys. That is probably one of the scariest relationships that you can actually ever see.
Oh, that's an interesting.
Yes.
Because the whole concept of having the cake and eat it too.
Yeah. And because it's a man, like a man feels like, oh, they should have whatever it is and they should be the dominating factor.
And then the woman is like, oh my gosh, I just want to feel, even though I already have.
Yeah, but it's the guy threatening. girls be, the side girls are not as bad. A lot of side girls are fine with being side girls. A lot of side guys are not fine with being side guys.
I can agree with that.
It's authoritative. Yeah. And the ones and some of those the side girls that want to be the main girls, that's
they're
drama.
scary too. Yeah.
It's drama. It's drama. Like
scary.
it's drama both ways. That's why, hey, guys, stick to your main dishes. We focus don't be filling up your body on sides.
Facts.
Okay.
All types of salad.
Like
Right.
why would you want steamed cabbage and rice? They're both sides.
Cabbage.
Like why would you want just French fries and more French fries? Like what are you on?
They remain.
You don't eat French fries in a salad.
That's a weird mix.
Just
French
beer
fries and
sides,
salad.
beer sides. Like
Now, if their side is a cheddar bay biscuit, but even then, I don't know.
it's like
You go to Red Lobster for the biscuit, but like,
I love how Katie's trying to justify it. He's like,
see, but that's a best analogy because the Red Lobster biscuit, it's amazing at the place, but it's not amazing in your home.
yo, tell me why. Okay, I was at the store one time.
So don't bring the sides home. Don't bring the whole sides home.
You know how the recipe they have the recipe sold in boxes now. So I was looking at it at the grocery store. I picked it up and I went. Nah.
See, and those are those bought ones. See, you can't
make side boxes at home.
You can't.
Okay.
You gotta be at the restaurant. Like it's different.
Have your sides at the house.
Very short.
Have your sides at the house.
Right?
We're not promoting sides.
I mean, you guys, those listening, you can do what you want to do, but what we're saying, like, yeah.
That is a terrible. I don't know how did we get here. I'm telling saying sides is a bad thing to not bringing sides to your house.
But with a good
This is
side, like
gonna
a
kill.
cheddar biscuit, what?
And then
No,
you gotta pay money for the side.
we're gonna wrap up because we're canceling all the positivity. This is the world we live in today, where like you could say a bunch of good stuff, but you say the bad stuff, they're not gonna hear any of the good stuff.
Sadly, yeah. That's
You can have the cure for cancer and say something you don't like, and they're gonna be like, "Here, take the shot," and they're gonna be like, I'd rather die. I'd rather die in my self-righteousness. Like it's just a world we live in. And everybody's perfect. And not everybody, that's why I have a whole
Faults, flaws.
I have a whole thing that, there's a difference between equality and balance, but I'm gonna save that for a next pod.
oh.
Which works better? Equality. Is equality and balance the same thing? That's a
Equality
question.
and balance.
That's homework for today. Is
That's
equality and balance the same thing?
the same thing. That's a good
And
good
is it
question.
is there a good what do you feel is better? Equality or balance? You know what I mean? Does the world want equality or the world wants balance? What's better? What's worse? That's the take home homework for today. Okay, in this lecture seminar of the ventademics
TED Talk.
course 10 TED Talk, the vent talk.
Vent talks.
All right. Thank you guys for coming to the first episode of the Vent Talk course. We have we have payment packages coming that we're gonna have more of these informative sessions.
Oh yeah.
That's gonna help you through your day. Support Black Lives Matter and Black businesses like ours as we continue to support the community. And when we say the community, we mean our families. I'm joking. But but I mean people think like that. But anyway, that's another or another thing we could discuss in the near future.
That's another episode.
But anyway, would you guys like to plug your plugs?
Of course.
Down the Giro, Twitter, Instagram, DELNIJIRO. Can't even function or not. Like I have a whole nose not working. I'm just support. When I get my Cash App set up, I'm probably gonna put that too. I'm gonna put this on the universe. Any wonderful woman out there in an American or UK zip code, please let me use your address so I can finish setting up my account and I can link my bank account and then I can use my Cash App. And then we'll probably discuss specifics after. Like you might get like 5% proceedings to my Cash App,
Dog.
But yes,
What?
any woman out there in the US or UK zip code, please let me use your address. And get this Cash App popping. Down the Giro.
I'm gonna tell you this: when Canada gets Cash App, if Canada gets Cash App, oh my gosh!
It's over.
Anyway,
But we have one called PayPal, but you know what?
Or e-transfer, but it's so wordy.
It's not cool like Cash App though.
That's what I'm saying. Like, see,
Cash App is the thing.
Give me my put on e-transfer. What's e-transfer?
I'm seeing people say it's my birthday. Send something to my Cash App. Like I'm not gonna tell somebody to do that. Send my email and e-transfer me our bills. Like the hell, it just doesn't look. It doesn't look the same. It looks like a resume or the application or something. Well, anyway, nerdsy.
Branding's important.
It's true. Yeah, definitely follow me on IG, Instagram at the Nerdz, TheNerdZZZ, and definitely go and see my pictures on my studio, my photography and videography page at ZZZ.studio, STUDIOTO. And yeah, you'll see all that good stuff. And if you want to book with me, definitely shout out. Hit me up in my DM and we can definitely put a shoot together.
All right, and you can follow me at J Hunterville. Follow me on Twitch at Lupis. Oh, at Lupistos. 1 second. I was Thursday, February. I finally got my thing from Twitch.
Hey.
They gave me a little care package. Shout out to Twitch. They gave me like a notepad. They gave me some black Twitch socks, and they gave me this like this Twitch sweater.
Hey.
I might pull up with a black Twitch at the back.
Hey.
Shout out Twitch for the local care package for being a part of that thing. Shout out to them. Shout out to Busy Boys, Close Pod out. Yeah, we all making moves, yo. We are making moves. We gonna be the Avengers of this podcast thing. That's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm gonna say. And
different avenues.
And also, we will start collabing. We gotta start collabing with other pods. It might be an extra gravy thing one day. It might be an event where we love hip hop. We love hip hop. It might be an event with Views from the Staircase one day. It might be an event with the Blizzard Boys. It might be an event with something. We're gonna have to get some more guests, and we're gonna get some collabs going. I'm seeing what's going on in this world, and we need to. I think Toronto needs like when it comes to podcasts, Toronto versus Toronto versus everybody type thing.
Ooh.
We especially in the podcast world, we got to make a dent out there. But anyway, if I had the money, if I was like a millionaire or something like that, I would have had a dinner and invited every podcast in the city or whatever to come to this dinner, royalty dinner. We sit there and we have a talk, a discussion, and we work together and we respect each other. Everybody will leave with like their logos on the table and all that stuff, you know. The corporate dinner where we talk and collab and work together and do some greatness. But anyway, I mean, you know what, and you know, yeah, I want to do big things.
Out there.
There's food for everybody. There's food for everybody, bruv. If you have any questions, send it to askthevent@gmail.com. We're on all DSPs. If we're not on one, let us know and we'll be there. And yeah, if you have any questions, send it to askthevent@gmail.com. We're on Instagram at theventpod. We're on YouTube as The Vent Pod, I think. Yeah, The Vent
Pod, yeah.
Yeah, and yeah. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for being here. This is The Vent, and we're out. Peace.
Ooh.